A rather well-known one is the ketogenic diet. It generally puts a heavy emphasis on macronutrients, in particular eating high fat, moderate protein, and low carb counts to put the body into a state where it burns fat for energy, hence the name ketosis. Though a few more carbs are usually allowed than other low-carb diets. It really just focuses on cutting out foods high in carbohydrates, grains, most fruits, starchy vegetables, legumes, and any sweets. And it intentionally emphasizes higher fat foods like fatty meats, fatty fish, fatty dairy like cheese, eggs, and fat-filled plants like nuts, seeds, olives, avocado, and coconut. And it still leaves room for low-carb vegetables and leaner meats like poultry too. For nutrients, it really only cuts out carbs, which still leaves plenty of room for plant foods to fill in nutrient gaps. Monounsaturated fat, fiber, vitamin C, vitamin E, and folate are all much more accessible due to these slightly looser restrictions. It's not perfect, but it's very doable with a bit of intentional selection, so I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. For maintainability, it's definitely better than the carnivore diet. At least some plant foods are allowed for the sake of variety. But the lack of any real carbs will make a lot of people quit for energy or enjoyment reasons. I'm thinking 2.5 stars. To directly compare again regarding weight loss, carnivore is more likely better in the short term, but long term, keto's variety shines through for sustainability. Still getting into ketosis, still filling up due to fat and protein, and still having a higher thermic effect of food than more carb-heavy diets. Overall, I'm giving it 3.5 stars. For exercise, the general lack of carbs may inhibit energy for higher intensity exercise, but keto does allow some carbohydrates, so if they're used strategically, it's possible to avoid this pitfall. I'm going 3 out of 5 stars. And for heart health, high-fat diets give mixed results, but positive for HDL cholesterol levels and blood pressure. I'm again worried it may be a struggle to consume everything needed for proper heart function, so I'm going to give it 2.5 stars.